All right, let's fire up the stream here. If you're here already and you're in the chat, feel free to give me a hello. Of course, I started the stream and now my wife just messaged me. Anyways, this is the deck we're playing. Give you guys a sec to look at it. Of course, I told my wife I was going to be streaming, and now, of course, the second I start streaming, she wants me to do something. Okay, I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. Anyways, we're playing this deck. I don't know. I call this Reaper Midrange. If you call it something else, that's totally fine. I actually played it one match on stream last week. The main deck I was streaming was Ghost Rider's Chaos Turbo deck, but I enjoyed this deck in like the one match so much. I just kind of felt like, hey, we should play it, for real as like our main deck. And yeah, I haven't changed the main or the side at all. The only thing, I played, I guess, 3 games with this deck, one match. The only thing I was a bit skeptical on, to be honest, I feel like we could just go to 0 dust shoots. Because, like, if you're just getting cards out of people's hand with, like, Reaper and Robin Goblin, I'm afraid you'll, like, top deck a dust shoot afterwards, and then it'll be dead. I don't know. 1 dust shoot to me feels a little awkward. I think you could side it. Like, I think you could just put, like, 2 in the side for Chaos. Especially because, like, the Chaos Turbo decks, they're not quite as popular as they used to be. Hello, Jonathan Yugi. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I don't like this main deck dust shoot. The Zing Zed Hu, I mean, it can be really good, it can also be really dead. It's just one of those things where, like, this is another one I don't like against Chaos Turbo, because I feel like unless you just end phase, hit 2 cards, they just set. I don't know. I'd rather, like, play a Dust Tornado, if you ask me. But other than that, I like everything else. Like, I really liked the mind controls and stuff. I think this deck is really cool. I think this is, like, one of those decks that, like, people will ignore. They'll just go, oh, this won a tournament, and then sort of move on with their life. But I actually think this deck could be, like, a real part of the meta. Built by Nova Ethos. Anyways, let's give this a shot. Hopefully people still play GOAT format. Hopefully they didn't all move on to Genesis format or something. I will. It's funny. I meant this week to make a video of my thoughts on Genesis format, but I'll probably do it like next Monday. So it looks like we're up against probably some sort of Chaos deck. I like this hand a pretty decent amount. Does my deck play Sinister? I actually forgot. I think it does play Sinister, but I'm not like 100% sure. So we got rid of the Faith. I mean, that's definitely what you'd expect him to get rid of. Yeah, I mean, Reaper is... I think you could make a case for Reaper being, like, the most underrated monster in GOAT format. Maybe not, like, underrated card, but, like, underrated monster. Yeah, I could kind of see it. Yeah. I don't know. My opponent said something in the chat about him, like, being from Greece, I think. I don't know. He said something in some other language. I guess we'll just... I think I want to Mindcon now, only because my opponent dust shooted me. So I feel like we have to Mindcon now, or he just gets to play around it the entire game. Yeah. Like, obviously, when he set the spy, he didn't know that we had mind control. Let me remember what warrior is that. Unfortunately, I don't play, like, Donzalug. I could get, like, Mataza the Zapper or something. I don't even really want a duo yet, because, like, it lets him discard a dark, and then he can just drop a Chaos Sork on us, which I really don't want. So I think we're probably saving the duo. I think we should probably just Graceful, though. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I think Mataza is, like, pretty bad. And might just get rid of the Assailant, too. We still have 3 more Rota targets in our deck. I don't really like the Spy, though. You know what? I don't like the Spy. I'm just going to get rid of the Spy. We have 1 more Spy in our deck. I'll just attack for 17. Like, I don't feel like that could be bad, right? And then do we want to, like, set a spell to play around second Dust Shoot? No, I mean, if he had second Dust Shoot, he would have used it, so he has to top deck it. But we're in a pretty good spot here. To be honest, we could have even considered discarding the duo to our Graceful. But, like, I don't think... Duo is not a great card, but I don't think it's, like, so bad that we just want to get rid of it. We got 2 darks in our grave. Our only Chaos Monster is 1 BOS. Oh, this is a pretty nice spot. Ah, man, we top decked the Spy. This could be some sort of bait, yeah. I mean, now that we got the Sinister, I might just, like, duo him. It's funny, it's like some of these Chaos decks don't even play Mirror Force anymore. I'm just thinking, like, whether I want to hit for 17. I don't know. In this matchup, I think we do want to hit for 17. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's turn this guy to defense. He's more likely to play, like, Kaiku than something like Ninja Grandmaster. All right. I'll set Spy. Like, we could very easily just, like, bait a cross out here or something, which I would be fine with. We do have a Zombira in our deck to kill the Spy. That's pretty important. We don't play Ninja, but we do play Zombira. Yeah, it was a 50-50 to hit the Thunder Dragon. Oh, did we? Was that... Oh, yeah, you're right. I think I did normal summon Zaborg. I don't know. What should we do? Should we just tell him? Yeah. I'm just going to ask my opponent if he wants me to put the monster in my hand or leave it there. Because I feel like if we're giving him a choice, that makes it look less bad. I mean, I asked him, you know, what he wants me to do, and he's just saying nothing. I mean, what do you want me to do? Just put it back in my hand? Because I don't think he understands what's going on. Like, he doesn't... All right, he gave me a thumbs up, so I guess that means just leave it there. And yeah, we'll just take the Zombira. I don't know. I feel like we're just gonna pretend like Mirror Force doesn't exist. All right. I mean, we were very far behind, so I kind of felt like we had to take a risk there. Yeah, I feel like this game, our opponent having Sinister and Thunder Dragon was very good. Well, I mean, the correct thing to do would be to put the monster in my hand, but I don't want my opponent to feel like I'm somehow, like, taking advantage of something. Like, maybe it's a monster that for some reason I want back in my hand, and now I'm trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is, like, the correct ruling. I'm not saying it's, like, what I would do as a judge. And I don't know what they do in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. Like, it used to be, for a period of time that I played, if, like, a turn had passed, you would just accept the game state. Because, like, the classic thing that people used to do is, like, against Lightsworn, they would let their Lightsworn opponent forget to mill and then try to get them a game loss. So what judges decided to do to sort of counteract that was basically to say, like, hey, if both players forget to mill off a Lightsworn monster and, like, a turn passes, like, sorry, like, you've both accepted the game state. And to be honest, like, I think that's just a better philosophy. I don't know, like, is that what they do now? I have no idea. I'm just gonna attack here, because I feel like Chaos decks, like, everything they play is chainable now. Okay, I guess he's torrentialing, whatever. If he really wants to kill, like, 4 of his monsters, I'm fine with that. I didn't watch that video. I don't know. So I guess we just put him at 11. And then I think the plan is, like, top deck a ring and just hope to win that way. What a ridiculous game. How are we actually in this game? I don't know. The point is, it's like, as far as illegal game states go, I think to some extent, like, it's situation dependent. Yeah, I guess I'm not too shocked there. Hopefully it's Sork and not BLS. Okay, at least we're not taking, like, a shitload of damage. Alright, we take 47. I I guess, what are we hoping to draw? Like, ring for a tie or like MST? Alright, I'm just gonna cross out because I just want to see what his monster is. Like, we might get some info. Okay. Okay, so he probably only plays 2 Faith. Okay. So yeah, I mean, going first against Chaos, we definitely want the second Dust Shoot. I don't really like this Ziggs and Who in this matchup. I really don't. And to be honest, I don't really like Mataza that much either. Like, Mataza can be okay sometimes. I mean, I don't think Exiled will be a lot better, because the problem with Exiled is I feel like if he has Sinister, like, he just gets to bait us the whole game. Like, that was part of what he really got us with, was, like, you know, we use the Borg, and instead of hitting, like, a real card, we hit Sinister. This might just be how we side, right? I mean, I don't like smashing a lot either. Smashing's okay, though. I mean, we could play something like Book, but I don't really like that. We could play Dust. Maybe Dust is better than Smashing. I could get on board with that. I think you can make the case that Dust is better than Smashing. Yeah, I might just not play a monster so that we can get him with Blade Knight. Because if we set Sangan, then we don't, and he doesn't like attack it, then we don't get to Blade Knight him. Yeah, I think we'll just say go here. Hey, Temper. I guess we'll just get rid of Spy, right? I mean, Spy is like the only card in his hand that we care about. Kaiku, Saku. I guess Robin Goblin's not very good when your opponent like just has a bunch of Sakus. And I assume he's going to upstart us here, right? Okay. Oh, if he just sets one Saku, you know what we can do? Oh, this is going to be so disgusting. Oh, this is going to be so disgusting. All right, we are going to go Breaker, pop your Saku, Snatch Steal, Robin Goblin, discard 2. Robin Goblin, discard 2. That is... So yeah, his last card is another Saku. I mean, it depends. As far as upstart, it depends on your build. It depends on what you're going for. It's okay, but it's definitely overrated. But yeah, if we lose this game now, I'm gonna be kind of mad. Technically, I think we could have banished with Kaiku, but I'm just stupid. Alright, I'm just gonna go for maximum damage. You know, he has a Saku and whatever he just top decked. I mean, to be honest, I don't think Robin Goblin is that insane. I think it's okay. Like, obviously there, well, so, like, part of what you get to do with Robin Goblin in this deck is that you get to set Spy and set a Robin Goblin, and then if your opponent attacks into your Spy, you flip Robin Goblin and they discard a card, which is, like, a pretty cool interaction. And then, obviously, you have games like this. I mean, even if you, like, get a Reaper hit through and, like, go, oh, I flip Robin Goblin. It's like, okay, I hit you with Reaper, hit you with Robin Goblin, discard 2. I mean, even here, it's like you just went Thunder Dragon, get 2 more. It's like, okay, well, nice, you know, nice Thunder Dragon, buddy. And here I think I'm just going to play around Mirror Torrential, just go hit, discard 2, set ring. Alright, I mean, he can just... Yeah, if we could get our Blade Knight to 2,000, we can just ring for game. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think this deck should just cut the 1 Dust Shoot in the main. I mean, you can move it to the side. It's you know, it's not as bad in the side, obviously. But yeah, I think even going second, I think we want 2 Dust Shoots. I don't think we change anything here, right? I mean, is there anything at our side that we just feel like, oh yeah, I gotta bring that in? I don't think so. But yeah, this list, you know, this list is the list that Nova Ethos won the GP with. Yeah, so Borg's really good here. Like, in a way, this deck kind of reminds me a lot of, like, Chaos Return, except, like, instead of playing Return, you're just playing, like, a bunch of Reapers. And, like, it plays some similar cards. Again, I'm not saying they're, like, you know, the same deck or anything. But, like, the playstyle is kind of similar. They're both kind of mid-rangey decks. You know, I don't think we ever saw Dekochi from our opponent. Like, we've played 2 games with our opponent, and he never had a Dekochi either time. What should we do here? What should we do? I mean, you could just go Blade Knight attack. Like, you could very easily have, like, a set Knight Assailant or something. Or maybe the Dekochi that we still haven't seen. From my experience, people on ladder don't get too salty. I mean, this could be a spy. It's hard because, like, you don't know what your opponent's going to play around. Like, if our opponent was going to play around Mind Control, he would set something that's not Spy. But then if he's going to play around Blade Knight, he would set Spy. And it's like, from us so far, he's seen more Mind Controls than Blade Knights, so I don't know. I mean, maybe that was just the only legal monster he had. Yeah, we'll just say go, but this is not, like, a great start for us. Oh, he actually... Why would he end phase kill the Blade Knight? I don't even understand what that's intended to accomplish. I don't even get that. Like, why? First of all, why not see what you draw first? Like, you might draw a Sinister. Oh, that's why. Okay, fair enough. And then he's gonna go aggro with Spies, and we'll just call back the Blade Knight. Unless he just goes normal Summon Breaker, then we just lose. I don't know why he didn't turn the Spy to attack. Yeah, we'll just go to 800. Yeah, the Kaiku. I don't understand why he even like has Kaiku post side. Like, this is basically like the only situation where Kaiku is even good against us is as an 1800 vanilla when we want to call back our Blade Knight. I mean, at least Heavy's gone though. We can kind of be happy about that, I guess. I don't know, I'm just gonna Rhoda here just to like thin out our deck. I'll probably just get like the DD Assailant. Just because it has attack points. If we get Warrior Lady, our opponent can just attack into it with a Chaos Sorcerer, which would potentially be game. Honestly, I think Earth Aggro is a really bad deck to the person who was asking. I mean, sorry, I mean, maybe that's a hot take, but I think it's a bad deck. Yeah, we'll just discard Heavy Zaborg. To be honest, Heavy, like, we should probably be siding out. I forgot to do that. I always tell people to side out Heavy against Chaos, and then, of course, I forgot to do it. Maybe I should have just set Faith instead of summoning Assailant. Because the problem now is we just lose to a Chaos Sorcerer. Like, his Chaos Sorcerer will actually just go +2. I don't know, maybe I should have grabbed the Warrior Lady to try to bait him into attacking our Warrior Lady, and then we could Mirror Force the Sork. Yeah, I should have thought this through better. Because now the problem is, like, we just have to top deck some. Why did he put his Sork in attack? I don't even understand that. Okay, now, I mean, now he's basically just misplaying. Because now he just gets to out his Sork. I don't understand. Like, if he just puts his Sork in defense, he just gets to keep his Sork. I mean, we're probably just still going to lose just because we have no life points. Yeah, and if this is Faith, he just gets back Heavy Storm, and then we're just probably screwed. The call is sitting here uselessly, in case you guys are wondering. Alright, well, this is not good. But yeah, if we had just set Faith last turn, we could be potentially getting back Graceful. Alright, I mean, we're technically not dead. I mean, we probably lose, but the game technically isn't over. Okay. I guess we're... Why did he... I don't even understand. I thought he was gonna Heavy Storm. Oh, does he have Tribe? Is that what this is about? Oh, does he have Tribe for game? That would make sense. I mean, he could still Heavy Storm first, but... I just don't understand, like, why you wouldn't just play, like, a normal Warrior deck. I think, like, Chaos Warrior is just basically, like, a worse normal Warrior deck. I mean, that's basically my criticism. And I know some people will disagree. But it's like, why would you just play that over like a normal warrior deck? Like, in particular, it's like, you know, Thunder Dragon and Blade Knight is like the worst anti-synergy in the game. Like, the reason that warriors are so good is because they have 2,000 attack Blade Knights, and then someone was like, hey, you know what we should do? We should add Thunder Dragon to this deck. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's fine. Like, the thing is like, you could play a deck that's suboptimal and still do well. Suboptimal doesn't mean bad, right? It just means, you know, it means exactly, you know, what you'd expect it to mean. I don't think it's better against non-meta decks. What non-meta deck is it better against? I mean, if you're playing a bunch of warriors and then calling it a control deck, I feel like that's kind of disingenuous. I mean, you could argue that it's more of a mid-range deck. Jesus Christ. Yeah, of course he just has BLS for our Reaper. Like, very frustrating. How is it better against Reasoning Gate? It's actually worse against Reasoning Gate, because you don't have Donzalug, and you have fewer Kaikus. Like, you're literally just cutting all of the good cards for Reasoning Gate, and then just adding a bunch of bad cards. Like, it's... That's just, like, not even true. Because if you're playing a warrior deck, like, the best warrior against Reasoning Gate is Donzalug, by far. And then you're just cutting those. Also, like, do the Chaos Warrior decks play 3 Solemns? I guess they usually do. But Solemn is, like, your other best card against Reasoning Gate. Jesus Christ. I mean, Chaos Warrior is never playing multiple Kaiku. And they don't play Donzalug either. I don't know. I guess I'll just get rid of Solemn. I kind of want these other cards. Man, why are we playing Mataza the Zapper? Can someone just tell me why we're playing Mataza the Zapper? I mean, it's good with Robin Goblin, but I don't know. It's a little gimmicky. Alright, he just set Tsukiyomi for no reason, I guess. Usually they play, like, Zumbira, too. Like, they don't have to play Zumbira, but, like, normally they play the one Zumbira as, like, a Rota target instead of Donzalug. Okay, and he just has the... Like, I swear, I hate these games where it's like our opponent just has the perfect card for every single thing that we play. Where, oh, I have Duo, I have Tsukiyomi to bait Minecon, I have Breaker for the Robin Goblin, I have Raigeki Break for the Spy. Like... This is literally like, hey, our opponent just has the perfect answer to every single card we play. obviously I expect them to have answers to some stuff that we play, but I don't expect people to just like, oh, here's the perfect answer for the 4 cards in a row that you just played, right? Like, very, very frustrating. Well, the thing is with, like, Minecon is if your opponent sets a monster and you have no way to deal with it, and your opponent, like, just duoed you, again, it's one of these things where 9 times out of 10, like, the Minecon is going to hit a good monster, but, like, there he just sets Tsukiyomi for some reason. I don't know, I guess I'll just torrential. Torrentialing also puts a light in our grave in case we top deck BLS. I swear, I feel like the Warriors in this deck could use some work. Like, I don't like Mataza, and I don't even like Zombira that much. Like, how many games have we played where we've just had this Mataza doing absolutely nothing? I don't know, I'm just gonna try to, like, bait cross out. No, I mean, I'm definitely gonna try to turn it around. But I swear, it's like you'd watch these matches and you'd just think, oh, our deck can just never beat Chaos, right? Like, no, this deck is really good. Like, again, it's like our opponent has just, like, had the nuts, like, every single game, and then it just looks like, oh, well, I guess it just can't beat Chaos, right? I mean, this is why I just rather play combo decks, right? Like, our opponent opened, like, full Trinity and a Faith, and it's like, yeah, like, a normal deck can't beat that, right? Like, a combo deck can, but a normal deck can't beat that. It doesn't matter if it requires... That's such a dumb question. Sorry, I hate that. Oh, which format requires more skill? Neither one requires more skill. You just play the one that you like, and you don't play the one that you don't like. And if you like both, that's fine too. Well, it is... We'll check the replay, because, like, setting Tsukiyomi when we open Mind Control is, like, a little suspicious. And he didn't cross out our face down when we had Mataza set. Yeah, it's like after the game... Yeah, it doesn't shock me that they have similar win rates. I mean, my win rate in Edison is actually, like, a lot higher. like in the ladder, but that's mostly just because I think Edison format players, like Edison format players as a whole, it's not that they're not as good, because most of them actually are pretty good. Like in terms of their technical play, most of the Edison format players are pretty good. But like in ladder, a lot of them just play really underpowered decks. Whereas I feel like in GOAT format ladder, that's not as true. Like we play against a lot more like chaos decks or whatever. And not like, I mean, it depends. It depends, you know, it depends on like our rating and what month it is or whatever. Sometimes I'll have a stream where I just play like all tier 3 decks. I'm not saying that never happens, because it definitely does happen. But I feel like in GOAT format, like the gap between like tier 1 and tier 2 is a lot smaller than the gap in Edison between tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 2 and tier 3. So because of that, like when we get paired against something that's really underpowered in Edison, like say we play against like zombies in Edison, that should just be a free win, unless your opponent just draws absolutely perfectly. Whereas, like, I have lost to water on stream. You know, people will talk about that. I mean, you could play something that's off meta, but, like, I guess it depends on what you consider meta, too. Because, like, if I play Library FTK, is that non-meta? Well, no one else plays it, so by definition, that means it's not meta, right? He just sets a monster. I don't know. I guess I'll attack the same. I'm going to give my opponent credit. Assume this set monster is a spy. My plan is basically to, like, ring for a draw. Because we're both at 29. Maybe our opponent will play, like, a BLS, and then we can top deck a ring. I don't know. I'll just sell this. I mean, we're probably losing no matter what. Alright, so this is spy. Okay, I was correct in giving him credit for the set spy. But yeah, I actually feel like GOAT format has more non-meta decks that are good than Edison. Like in Edison, in my opinion, there's really only like 5 good decks. And I know every Edison format player will clutch their pearls when I say that. In my opinion, Edison only has 5 good decks. Blackwings, Frogs, Veu Turbo, Gladiator Beasts, and Dragons. Maybe one more. I mean, you could maybe like argue like Gigavise as well, I guess. Whereas in GOAT, like I think they're sub-meta decks that aren't as good as people think they are, and then I think they're non-meta decks that are better than most people think. I would say realistically, I mean, I don't want to try to name them now because I'm in the middle of a match. But I'd say there's probably around like 10 good decks in GOAT. Yeah, I mean, it's not 2. I mean, I assume that's like a troll answer, but yeah, I mean that's also true that a lot of decks play like the same cards. That's totally fair to say. But I think like combo decks tend to be really underrated in GOAT format. Oh, I probably should have dust shooted and then duoed. Well, I don't know. You could argue it either way, I guess. He added Sinister. Like, he's trying to put his Sinister back. Like, what is this guy doing? Like, he returned Sinister, then I'm dust shooting him. All right, I guess I'm just calling a judge. Like, how do people not know this? Like, I assume this is a guy who's played matches of GOAT format before. How is it that you've played, I don't know, presumably hundreds of matches of GOAT format? Yeah, and this does only happen in GOAT, and I've talked about this on stream before. Edison... Like, Edison format players at least know, like, the basic rules of the game. And yeah, if there is, like, some system to, like, give this judge a tip, I would tip him $1 for, like, coming quickly. Yeah, I mean, the judge knows how to play the game. And he's trying to do this so that he can go Sinister meta, take my guy. Like... It's... Oh my god. Did he send back Sinister? All right. Okay, so he had Spy, Meta, Azura, and Jar Greed, right? Really? So he sets Azura instead of Spy? Like, again, it's like he knows that we have Rhoda and Exiled in our deck, so he's gonna try to bait it now. Like, it's a little weird. I mean, it's fine. Next turn we'll just go Zombira. Yeah, next turn we'll just go Zombira, attack the Spy. And then we'll probably just, yeah, we'll just ring the other Spy and try to get in. So yeah, he's got 2 Thunder Dragons and whatever card he just top decked. Yeah, I really wish I would have hit the Spy too. I mean, hitting Meta's not the end of the world either. I mean, Meta's a good card too, obviously. Alright, so we'll just go Exiled, pop the face down, snatch a Spy, crash into the other Spy. Hit with Reaper, discard a Thunder Dragon. Of course it's... Like, I swear, it's like the whole game. Again, this happened last week too. We played the same guy the whole week. He just has the perfect answer to every single card we play. And of course, this doesn't even matter that much because he has Sinister anyways. So it's like, even if he top decks a Raigeki Break, he'll still have the discard for it. The only way these Reaper hits really matter is if he draws Graceful exactly. I guess I'll play around Mirror. Yeah, I'll just play around Mirror, I guess. And only hit for 3. Yeah, the Reaper is mandatory. If it was optional, I would not discard. I mean, I guess we'll dust this. Even if it's a Jar Agreed, you know, I'd be happy with that. I guess we should just Graceful here. You could argue for holding it too. Oh, this feels so bad. I mean, we could summon Kaiku. We could hit with Reaper. Good duel. Oh, all 3 of these cards are so good. I mean, I guess we're probably we're gonna have to discard BLS, right? Because we don't have the light. And then it's a question of, do we want to like go Kaiku or do we want to go Solemn? We also have Ring set. Solemn with Ring can be a little awkward. I don't know. I guess I'll just... I mean, I hate it. And yeah, I'm gonna go battle phase. Try to discard the Sinister, and then hit with Kaiku. All right. Yeah, I know there's some lag in the chat. I see you guys saying that I should do the thing that I did decide to do. I was kind of tempted to keep the Solemn. But again, the awkward thing about keeping the Solemn is that we have a ring set. And yeah, I don't want to like have to pay half and then like ring something and then die somehow. I just conceded. Ugh. Well, it's 1-1. Going second in this matchup feels kind of bad, I'm not going to lie. Even like... Do you guys think he's stream sniping me? What do you guys think? Because if he's stream sniping me, cards like Mind Control get a lot worse. And even Robin Goblin gets a bit worse if we're being stream sniped. I guess we'll just play it like a normal match, and then after the match, I am gonna watch the replay again, because someone brought up it was the same guy from last week that I also thought might be stream sniping me. Although after watching the replay, I decided he probably wasn't. Yeah, I mean, he has made some plays that like you could argue were slightly suboptimal if he knew our hands. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave it like this. This hand is really not that great going second. What should we go for? I mean, we're not going to set Faith. Pot, Upstart. Did he sided in Saku's, right? In game 2, I think we saw Saku's, right? I think we'll just go for damage. I think we're just going to go for damage. Oh, he also sided in that. Okay, well that's fine. No, I mean, I felt like he was likely to have something. I mean, we didn't see Goats last game, but we did see meta, so Goats doesn't really shock me. All right, I'm going to cross out. And I want to know, what do you guys think it is? Do you think it's a real card? Like, do you think this is something like Magician of Faith or Dekochi or whatever? Or do you think this is some sort of bait for cross out? I want to hear your opinion, because if this ends up being like, I don't know, like a set Azura Priest or a set Breaker or something, I will be a little suspicious. Now, I'm not talking about if he has knock. Oh, you guys think it's a bluff? All right, let's find out. Is this a bluff or is this a real card? Okay, it was a real card. It was a real card. I mean, or maybe the spy was bait and like he has an even better card in his hand. I mean, we don't know. Oh no, he opened multiple spies. I see. That tracks. Yeah, we both... I mean, I had one spy and he has two, presumably. Checked his grave. He has no lights, no darks. Yeah, I mean, despite opening Pot of Greed, he hasn't really done a whole lot, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, he's playing meta now that we've set a real card. And yeah, I guess I'll ring it. I mean, no reason not to. Well, I set Faith because I want to get back Cross out. I want to be going after these monsters. I mean, also, I want to lighten my grave for BLS. What do you guys think? You think this is another set spy? Because if it is, summoning Zombira seems pretty good. Or we could just go for Reaper, right? We can just cross out and then just Reaper, get some cards in hand. Yeah, you know what? I think it's another spy, to be honest. I'm pretty sure this is a spy, but I think I still want to cross out anyways. Alright. I did consider going Zombira, but there's issues with that. One, he could just like Sakuar Zombira. And two, it might not be spy. Yeah. Alright, we're getting in for damage. I mean, card advantage is roughly even. This is kind of anyone's game. Our opponent has one dark in the grave, which is, that's good for him. Gonna attack with Sangan. Then I'll turn this to defense. Should we set our spy? I don't think that really accomplishes a lot. I mean, I guess it helps us play around Dust Shoot. Is it worth it just to play around Dust Shoot? I mean, he probably sided out his Dust Shoots. I think I'd rather have this spy to, like, discard to a Graceful or something. That's pretty unfortunate. So I guess, like, the sit spy is, like, it wasn't really bait. Like, he just had no other legal plays. I don't know. We'll just say go. I mean, I'm at 9,000 life, so there's realistically there's not a lot that I have to be worried about here. I doubt he's playing 3 goats, so that means no more goats to worry about. Do I even play more than one Faith? I think this deck only plays one. Yeah, this deck only plays one. It's good to double check though, just to make sure. It's also nice because now he can't play a Chaos Monster until he top decks Thunder Dragon. Right, so every turn he's got a roughly 1 in 7 chance at top decking the Thunder Dragon. So this is like, in terms of like cards, we're not doing amazing, but this is a very good, you know, like position wise. I mean, I guess we should just go for Reaper hits. I don't know. I feel like at this point to me, it seems fairly likely that he has a mirror torrential. It's post side, so he's definitely brought them both in. He can also, like, if we summon Reaper, he can just ring it. I don't know. I don't think we want to go for a Reaper hit, because there's no way Reaper's discarding either way. And then it also plays into mirror torrential. Oh, yeah, he does play Azura, but it's pretty hard to get Azura in the grave. Technically, though, yeah, you're right. I think we did see Azura. Yeah, we've used our ring already. All right, I guess we'll just say go. His second Goach there did effectively go -1. It's so weird. He's just doing nothing. Like, how does he have this many cards? And keep in mind, none of them are Thunder Dragons. He has 5 cards that aren't Thunder Dragon and somehow isn't able to do anything. I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm just saying it's a little weird. I mean, does he have Torrential set? Is that what this is about? I'm feeling good, though. I mean, I'm at 9,000. I'm at 9,000. Our opponent's got no light in the grave. Well, he's got a light now. Oh, is he gonna Tsukiyomi it? I mean, I guess that is kind of a cool play. Yeah, this is anyone's game. This is anyone's game. He basically turned a Snatch and a Book into 2 cards. So this can't be Spy. And we know he has, yeah, we know he has Ring. So I'm just trying to think, like, what our plan is. Like, it can't be Spy, can't be Faith. So it's got to be either, like, Night Assailant or Dakochi. Either of which I just think we're fine with. Yeah, so we know he had that ring. I feel like this card has been set, like, forever. Like, I feel like this card has just been set for actual forever. I'm just trying to figure out, like, is there some way I can die? I guess I can die to, like, break her into something. Let's just see if he has an out to this. If he has Raigeki Break, I want him to, like, Raigeki Break the Snatch so that he doesn't have it for Mirror. And I know I've thought about this. You could argue this is a bad play, but I am going to banish the Faith. The problem is like I'm worried about Tsukiyomi, and if we don't banish the Faith, it makes it blatantly obvious to our opponent that BLS is in our hand. Plus, we can Rhoda for DD Warrior Lady, and like if we draw Graceful, that's like a light anyways. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely like argue that either way, whether we should banish the Faith, because we really did want that Faith to go to our grave. And he didn't flip that monster. I mean, it could be like a Sinister or a Sangan. Oh, we can also just get Blade Knight. Yeah, I'll just get Blade Knight. Yeah, and he still hasn't used Mirror or Torrential. Alright, it is Sangan. He just has bait every time. Maybe this is just some next level strategy here. He gets Tsukiyomi. I don't know. Why would you even get Tsukiyomi? That doesn't even... How is that going to help? Like, all your Faiths are gone. You've already used Snatch. I don't even know what Tsukiyomi is supposed to really do here. Should I go for game with BLS? Nah, I don't think that's good. Yeah, we've both used our ring. Really? Really? You just want to attack for 23 that badly? I mean, I guess I'll take it. There's not really a reason to Mirror Force. I don't know. I mean, he's had bait so much. Like, there's a pretty decent reason to believe this set monster could be Sinister. Because he didn't search Sinister with Tsukiyomi. No, I don't think it's Suk. Suk wouldn't really make sense. But it could be Sinister. It could also be Night Assailant. And, like, if we trade our Assailant for an Assailant, that's fine, too. I don't know. I feel like this could be Night Assailant. So if we go BLS Banish Sork, then he flips his Night Assailant. Tsukiyomi is the Night Assailant. Yeah. Oh, it was Tsukiyomi. All right. I guess he's not stream sniping. Either he's not stream sniping or he wasn't really paying attention. It's weird that he didn't set this, like, again, it just seems like every single turn he sets bait. Like, there's just no exceptions. It's very odd. At this point, it's like, what can he have? He's used all of his faiths, all of his spies. Sangan, Tsukiyomi. It has to either be Sinister, Night Assailant, or Dakochi. And he has not used Mirror or Torrential. I don't know. I think if we just go BLS, banish the set monster, set spy, oh, did he use Torrential? He used, oh, you're right, he did use Torrential. That's important to know. I don't think I want to go for a Reaper. Let's see. He has... Yeah, I could go Minecon Reaper. That's not horrible either. I don't know. At a certain point, it's like... Yeah, that's true. You know what? This guy's making sense. I'm just gonna Minecon this. And at a certain point, we've started to run out for targets. Like, 2 Sorks are gone. Yeah, obviously he set Zombira because he just always sets bait. There's 0 exceptions. Well, luckily Zombira cannot attack directly, and we got rid of Mirror Force. But, like, he just never sets a real card. At least that's what it seems like. Yeah, I mean, it's really weird. Like, either this guy has, like, a very bizarre playstyle, or, like, he's stream sniping. Because it seemed like he even, like, we 2-for-1'd him with Mirror Force, but then he just had game the next turn. It's very suspicious. You know, every match he plays, like, super weird. Maybe this guy is just the greatest GOAT format player ever. Like, maybe he's just the greatest GOAT format player ever. I mean, his win rate is decent. But again, it is weird. It's like, we played him on stream last week. We played him on stream this week. And every single time, it seems like he's played around all of our cards in spots where it's not like we did something obvious. Because sometimes it's like, oh, if I do X, my opponent will know I have Y. Right? But I'm going to watch. We'll see if anything looks suspicious. See, this here is a highly suspicious play. He goes Duo U, and he has Spy and Faith, and sets Tsukiyomi. To me, this is a red flag. Now, I know there will be some people, oh no, he is just really good. Like, obviously, mathematically, right? Most decks in GOAT format don't play Minecon. I know some do, but most don't. Most decks are playing 2 Crossout. And the odds of opening one of your 2 Crossouts is what, like 20% or something, or 25%? I don't know what the odds are, but the point is it's not high. it's a 2 of. And it's like, even if, like, let's say he just knows our deck list, right? Maybe he knows we're playing this deck. Still, it's like, what most people would do here is they would, like, either set Spy and then go, well, if it gets crossed out, I still have Faith. Or they set Faith and go, well, if it gets crossed out, you know, I still have the Spy. And here it's like, if your Tsukiyomi gets crossed out, here's the thing, though. You don't even want your Tsukiyomi to get knocked. Right? Like, again, most people aren't playing Mind Control. Because, like, what you want to do is you want to bait knock with one of your flips and then have Tsukiyomi plus flip to just go plus every turn. So to me, we'll watch the whole match. But again, to me, this is highly suspicious. And again, given that it's the same guy, right? Like, again, last week, I thought this guy could be sniping because he was doing very weird plays and just always playing around what we had. And, you know, this game, kind of the same thing. Breaker, whatever, that's normal-ish. Even here, like, using Raigeki Break on the monster. Don't get me wrong, you could do this. Like, this is a valid play, but most people would just attack with Breaker if they don't know what the monster is, right? I mean, here it's like, I don't know. Is there a way to do that? Like, if you block someone, you won't get matched with them? But let's see. I mean, this time he does attack, but, like, he also has Sork, so it's like, you know, obviously the normal play would be to attack here. By the way, I hate Mataza the Zapper. I think it's fine to side Mataza for, like, maybe, like, goat control decks, but I hate this card. Every time we've drawn it... Again, it's fine to... You guys are, like, missing the point. You guys are kind of missing the point. If you're going to bait, you're not going to use Tsukiyomi to bait the knock, because you don't want your Tsukiyomi to get hit by a knock. The only reason to set Tsukiyomi is if you're just psychic and you know your opponent has mind control. Or he could just be making weird plays. He could just be trying stuff, right? Sometimes people just do a weird play and go, well, I'm going to just do a weird play and see if it works. You know, that's certainly possible. But even in general, it's like, if you're going first and you have a really good flip in your hand, normally you should sit that flip, because most of the time they're not going to have crossout. They're just not, right? That's just how statistics work. And even if they do have crossout, obviously it's like risk reward, right? It's like, what's the reward if they don't have crossout? How hard do I get punished if they do have crossout? That's kind of what that is about in general. There, though, it really did not make any sense. And again, it's like, he could just be lucky, right? It could just be that he tried a weird play and it happened to work, given what we have. But again, given that he's done this like 2 matches in a row, where he just always seems to play around whatever card we have. Oh, I mean, it's definitely more of a GOAT player thing. So I've even had people DM me. I once had a guy DM me, because he's a nice guy, I guess. I don't know him, but he was a nice guy. He's like, you know, he messages me on DuelingBook, and he's like, hey, just so you know, there are people watching your stream that are telling me what your hand is. Like, random chatters were finding my opponent on DuelingBook and being like, hey, he has this card. Yeah, I mean, most people don't snipe, right? 90% of my opponents aren't stream sniping, just to be clear. But yeah, I mean, this is... So far, it's like, most times, it's like, I think, oh, is he, you know, baiting me, or is he doing whatever? Most times, people are just playing, like, whatever card... You know, they're just playing whatever card is their, like, only legal option. And also, like, why did he not pot agreed here? I don't know. Maybe this guy is just weird. Unless, what if this is like a super tinfoil hat theory? What if he was stream sniping, knew that we had Mataza MST, so he goes, oh, I don't need to pot of greed. That's like a super tinfoil hat theory. What if he knew we were going to watch the replay and then thought, I'm not going to pot of greed so that I don't draw cross out and then it doesn't look suspicious that I attacked? That is like a super tinfoil hat theory. See, he played pot of greed main phase 2. Again, maybe, am I just like the Alex Jones of Yu-Gi-Oh? Is that what's happening? Am I just losing my mind? Because again, to me, it seems suspicious that he just doesn't cross out my face down and just goes, oh, I'll just attack it. And here we go on to lose. That's fine. We'll go on to game 2. You know, I just go BLS, attack, attack. Yeah. All right. Yeah, here I'm just going for damage, hoping like we top deck a ring or something. He torrentials, he draws, he attacks. I mean, it's possible, but like, here's the thing. Normally it's like, obviously like the bad player theory, that's like a theory that makes sense, like on paper. But bad players, if they're not stream sniping, will usually pick the wrong play. So I get that like sometimes like a bad player might pick like a bad play that's gonna not work 90% of the time, but like it's the 10%. But the problem is that at some point they will pick a wrong play, right? It's like, say we're flipping a coin and like we flip 3 heads in a row. You go, okay, well, that can just happen, right? You can flip 3 heads in a row. That's just chance. But if now you're flipping the coin and 20 times in a row it comes up heads, at some point you start wondering, you know, like, is there something going on with this coin here? Right? So it's like if someone is a bad player and they're just picking random plays, right? Because that's kind of what we would assume. Oh, they're just picking random plays. You would think that at some point they would have to randomly pick a wrong play. And if they're always sort of randomly picking the best play, it can either mean, like, obviously in a lot of situations, if I'm playing versus, I don't know, you know, some top GOAT player, and they just play really well. Okay, they played really well. But, like, if you're playing against whoever, you know, whoever you think the greatest player is, you know, Anthony Alvarado or Lucas or Chris Perovic or Max Suffrage or whoever, they're not literally just going to make the perfect play into all of your cards every single turn. And this is kind of the same thing that happens. Yeah, I mean, based on his win rate, he's obviously not a bad player. So that's true too. So yeah, the bad player theory doesn't really work. Because his win rate is, what, like, he's like 160. So that's like a, you know, he's got like whatever, like a 64% win rate or something. But again, it's like what I was going to start to say is like with poker sites, if a person has an unusually high win rate and they just always make the perfect play into whatever cards the other person is holding, you pretty much know that, again, that they're cheating somehow, right? That, you know, they have some sort of backdoor access or something. And this has happened before, right? There's like actually a lot of interesting YouTube videos on that subject of people who, you know, basically told, you know, the developers gave their friends like God mode. But people figured it out statistically. At some point they had statistical evidence. I mean, you're right. He could be hacking or something. But the thing is, if he was doing this to every opponent, his win rate wouldn't be like 64%. His win rate would be like 80%. So, like, his win rate is too high for him to be a bad player, but it's too low for him to be hacking. Right? So to me, it's like, again, keep in mind, I don't accuse all of my opponents of stream sniping. Again, probably 90%, if not more, really more, probably like 95% plus of my opponents are not stream sniping. This one, however, again, it's a bit suspicious. Game 2, we won, and like, he wasn't able to do much. Right? Oh yeah, and this was this ridiculous thing where he just, didn't want whatever. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys are kind of bringing up like unrelated stuff. Data mining isn't cheating. I'm talking about like, there is like, I think it was Absolute Poker. Was that the one where like some people had like a backdoor that let them see their opponent's hole cards? Even in GG Poker recently, like, I don't know what it was, like 1 or 2 years ago, there is a bug in GG Poker, and it didn't let you see your opponent's hole cards, but it let you see your equity, which is almost as good. But that was just like a bug, though. That wasn't like, something nefarious that the developers were doing. And let's see, it's like, what did we have? So here it's like we have Rhoda. And again, it's like he sets the Azure rather than the Spy. What will really confirm it is like, I don't remember, was there a time like where we didn't have an out to his set monster and he didn't bait us? Because if he's always baiting us when we have the out and not baiting us when we don't have the out, again, at a certain point, it's like, how many games do you need to play for that to happen where, wow, he plays around whatever card we have, like, every single game. Like, at some point, again, you might be able to say, if your argument is, well, 2 matches in a row, that's not enough to really, that's not enough evidence. Okay, fair enough, right? If you say 2 matches in a row isn't enough evidence, that is, like, a valid opinion to have. But, like, again, at some point, it's just a question of, well, how many matches is enough? Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 100? Like, obviously, if we play 100 matches in a row versus the same person, and they always play around every single card that we have in spots where it doesn't make sense for them to play around our cards if they don't know what we have, again, at a certain point, it becomes suspicious. So most of DuelingBook's code is running on the server side. So unless you have access to their server, like, you're right that you can, like, look at the JavaScript that's being sent to, your end of the screen. But most of what's happening on DuelingBook is server side. It's not like serverless architecture. But there could be some amount of sensitive information that's being sent to players. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if we could see how he played in other games. Because then it's like we would kind of know, like, oh, does he play this way versus everyone? Well, I mean, anything is hackable. But again, it's like, it doesn't make sense for him to be hacking. His win rate isn't high enough for him to be hacking. People who are hacking don't have, like, 64% win rates. I have a higher win rate than him, and I'm not hacking. So, like, again, the way that you know that people are hacking is when they have some ridiculously high win rate and they're playing around all of your opponent's cards. Again, it's like people are bringing up every theory other than the most obvious one. Now, I don't know, maybe you're just playing devil's advocate or something. But again, there's really, in order, there's 2 possibilities. Our opponent plays in such a way that happened to work versus everything that we had, right? It could just be that his play style is to just always set weird monsters. Like, that just could be his play style. Or he's stream sniping. Those are the only two reasonable theories here. Saying, oh, he's hacking. No, he's not hacking. And Jamie says he doesn't play this way versus other people. I mean, I don't know. You know, yeah, I could see if he's still playing right now. Yeah, so obviously he takes the hit here. I don't even know why he has Book of Moon in versus his post side. Book of Moon is not very good versus our deck. Now here, this is an argument, perhaps, that he's not sniping. Because if he knew that we had Dust Tornado set, oh no, because we have Reaper in play. Because normally I'd say, well, if he knows we have Dust Tornado set, he shouldn't set Ring. But if he doesn't set Ring, he gets it discarded to Reaper. So no, it does make sense for him to set Ring. But I am, again, you can see through my thought process, though, that I'm saying, what would he do if he was sniping? What would he do if he's not sniping? And sometimes those two things line up, right? Like setting the Ring, well, he's going to do that if he's sniping. He's going to do that if he's not sniping. So there's not really any evidence. Here, I think for a while, I decide to keep the Kaiku. And then he, you know, we hit with Reaper. He takes it, and then he books the Kaiku. Again, it's not whether he has brain cells to hack, it's that his win rate isn't high enough. Like, again, if there was some GOAT format player who had some ridiculously high win rate, like 85, 90%, then it's like I would be open to the argument that they could be hacking. But how can you be hacking and have, like, a lower win rate than hundreds of other players? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. And again, I mean, most of Dueling Book's code, you know, most of the business happens on the server. And yes, I understand that maybe there might be some way to break into the server, whether it's social engineering or some sort of security exploit or whatever. But most, again, it's like the odds that he's basically, you know, found some way to get the Dueling Book server to give him sensitive information, that's already not very likely to begin with, just as a base level theory. But then when you combine it with his win rate, it doesn't make any sense. So here, we have cross out, and he just doesn't set spy. Now, again, you could argue this. It could be because he has goat set. It could be because he's thinking, well, if my opponent attacks into my spy, I won't be able to use goats. Or it could be because he knows we have cross out. Here we just kill a goat. This is kind of weird. I mean, also another argument you could make that he's not sniping is he didn't set the Sakus or Torrentials. And if he knows that we don't have heavy, he might just set all of his back rows. But maybe he's trying to play on top deck heavy. It's hard to say. That play, I don't think it's particularly suspicious. And then, yeah, and then now that he has room to get the other spy, he's going to set it. Yeah, this is another play where it's like, if he was sniping, he would make this play. If he wasn't sniping, he would make this play. So far, it's like you really don't know. And then here we set Faith because we want to get that cross out and use Faith to start attacking the goats. That all makes sense. Here he goes meta. This is the obvious play. I don't believe Dueling Book has ever been hacked. I mean, there was like an exploit with Convulsion of Nature, but that wasn't really a hack. That was just the website being coded badly. Okay, so yeah, so far this kind of all tracks. And then here, yeah, I just decided to cross out because why not? We want to just... He also doesn't set Torrential Yeah, I don't know. I guess that makes sense. But he does set Saku. Yeah, this all tracks so far. This is why it can sometimes be hard to tell, is because so far all of his plays have been the same plays that he would have made even if he wasn't stream sniping. That can kind of be an issue. But again, if I tell you, if we play him in a third match and this happens again, you know, I will just kind of be like, okay, what the hell's going on here? Then I dust shoot him. He just doesn't have any monsters. Again, not really our fault, not his fault. That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And then he sets Char, and then he has Torrential, Goats, yeah. Yeah, and we kind of, like, played around Torrential the whole game. Yeah, we kill one. I decide not to overcommit. Yeah, here it's like, if he knows we have cross out, would he set this Faith? I mean, you could say this is an argument for him not stream sniping. Or maybe he just figures, well, if I draw another monster, I'll get my Faith hit by cross out. And then the next thing won't get hit by cross out. Yeah, this game, it's like you just really can't tell. All of these plays are pretty reasonable, whether he was stream sniping or not. Yeah, then he top deck Sork. Yeah, and I've just decided I'm not playing into the Torrential. And he had it. He has Mirror and Torrential. I mean, we don't know that as we're playing, of course. But part of what I do is, when I'm playing, is, like, we don't know what's in his hand, but we kind of know, I mean, we know part of it from Graceful, or from Dust Shoot, rather. We know what he doesn't have, though. So, like, if he doesn't have, you know, Crossouts or Thunder Dragons in his hand, it kind of makes it more likely that he has other stuff in his hand, if that makes sense. It's not an exact science. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. And this is all, like, pretty reasonable, too. I mean, some people might use Snatch that way. Some people might save the Snatch. It's kind of your call, I suppose. So, yeah, we take 3. Part of the reason I was feeling so good about our chances of winning this game was because of how many life points we had. Yeah, I mean, here he sets Senged, but that's just what everyone would do. I mean, also, like, another thing that maybe he wasn't sniping is he put the Sork in defense instead of attack. Even though, or did we top deck Zombira? Or did we already have it? Yeah, we already had Zombira. So if he knew that we had Zombira, you would logically think that he would put the Sork in attack. But maybe he wants us to play Zombira. Maybe, like, him ringing the Zombira was part of his plan, but probably not. If he was sniping, you would think he would put the Sork in attack. I don't know. I mean, I'm really 50-50 on this. Because there's some plays that he makes where I go, well, if he was sniping, he shouldn't do this play. But then there are other plays that he makes where I go, how the hell would he ever make that play unless he was sniping? Right? Like, it's... I'm on the fence. I think we'd need a third match to really confirm. Like, I would not be comfortable, you know, betting my life on, you know, the theory that he was stream sniper. But yeah, I'm just searching a light here because we just want lights in our grave for BLS. Any torrentials? I mean, this all kind of makes sense. And he gets... Getting Tsukiyomi is kind of weird. Why would you not get Sinister? That's another one where, like, maybe he just makes really weird plays. Because what does he want Tsukiyomi for? Let's think about this logically. If he's stream sniping, why would he want Tsukiyomi? Like, that doesn't... Because he has Tribe in his hand. Wouldn't he want to search Sinister to use with his Tribe? And the Sinister can be used to bait stuff. So whether he's stream sniping or not, I don't understand why he would get Tsukiyomi. That's the other thing that's tripping me up. Sometimes he just makes a play that makes no sense, just regardless. I don't know. I mean, I wish I could, get in this guy's head for, one day. Be like, why'd you make that play? Why'd you make that other play? Why'd you make this play? Yeah, I mean, this is fine. And it's so weird that he set Tsukiyomi here. I mean, I guess we have Rhoda. Maybe he's trying to bait something. But this is one of those plays where it's like... You wonder, like... Okay, he knows we have Rhoda. I mean, we top-deck the Exiled, but he knows that we have Rhoda for Exiled, so it's the same thing. And he's thinking, oh, maybe I should bait that. What I was worried about here is he searched Tsukiyomi off the Sangan. So I thought that the set monster could be Night Assailant. And then if we go BLS, banish the Sork, then he can flip Night Assailant, kill our BLS, and then Tsukiyomi the Night Assailant. That was the play I was worried about. So that's why, like, I had Assailants attack the set monster. Yeah, and then he does that. And then this is the other one where you go, all right, we Mirror Force, obviously. But then you gotta ask yourself, like, well, maybe he knows you have Mirror Force and he's baiting it so that he can push for game with BLS the turn after, which is what happens. Yeah, and then he just sets Zombira of the Dark. Doesn't summon it, right? Again, like what most people would do is they would just summon a Zombira and say go. Not this guy. He sets it. Well, then he takes it back, puts it back again. It was weird. He was, like, thinking about it, and he wasn't sure. And again, it's like he knows. He's like, oh, our opponent has BLS exiled. I'm going to bait them. I mean, our deck is getting pretty low. I mean, here we just decided to Mind Control. Was that the card we top deck? What did we top deck this turn? Sorry. Okay, we drew Mind Control. So he couldn't have been playing around Mind Control. Or at least he couldn't know that we had it. And then I was, like, feeling pretty good here. Because I'm like, okay, Zombira can't attack directly. We're at 43. The only way we can lose is if he has, like... Well, I guess... Yeah, he couldn't tribute for Thunder Dragon. Yeah, basically, BLS Tribe is the only card, the only combination of cards he could have to beat us. Or BLS Takochi or BLS Breaker. And then we lose. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Jamie was telling the truth before when he says, oh, I played against him earlier today and he didn't bait me at all. I won 2-0. He also could have been playing a different deck, right? I mean, there are definitely reasons for that. Like maybe Jamie was, instead of playing our deck, he was playing a completely different deck, and then because of that, he played differently. But again, it's like... What is this? I've never even seen that message before. So yeah, it's like... Again, it's he might be stream sniping, but he might not be stream sniping. Hopefully let's play against someone else here. Yeah, I've never even seen that message before. Yeah, I don't like Xing Zhenhu. I think I have a prediction, and my prediction is the Xing Zhenhu is going to be dead the whole game. That's my prediction. Jinzo. Okay. Jinzo, a giant Trunade. So yeah, I'm doing this basically to play around Duo if he plays it. He might be on like Machine OTK. But also because I'm trying to get him to set a bunch of back rows. Because if we set a bunch of back rows, then maybe he'll set a bunch of back rows, then we can Xing Zhenhu. Should I Minecon or should I Zaborg? Well, I guess if it's Reasoning Gate, the Minecon won't do anything, right? It'll just be like a Fusler or something. I don't know, I guess we'll just Zaborg. Is it Fusler? Oh. Yeah, you're right, it should be at 35. Yeah, it's always the chat that corrects my mistake, never my opponent. And here's the thing, I don't even think our opponent's cheating. I just think most people don't pay attention. I mean, we had the guy that we played against earlier where we, like, accidentally summoned twice in one turn. You know, we summoned twice in one turn and our opponent didn't notice. Come on, set another back row. Set another back row. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, we're probably just gonna get blown out here. Alright, well, that's game, I guess. So is he playing, like, Empty Jar? Oh, he's playing Snatch. Who plays Snatch in an Empty Jar deck? Because he saw Sangan Cyberjar. Sangan, Cyberjar, Snatch, Swords, Heavy Trunade. That was all we saw? I mean, it's probably like Steingate that's for some reason playing Sangan and Cyberjar. That's like my best guess. But yeah, the two cards that I've liked in this deck the least have been Xing Zhenhu and Mataza the Zapper. I don't know, Minecon seems pretty bad, right? Like, I don't think we want the Minecons. Probably don't want, like, Zombira either. Mataza might be okay if he's, like, playing a Scapegoat deck. Dude, I'm not questioning life. Like, wow, your opponent made highly suspicious games 2 matches in a row, and you're pointing that out. Like, yeah, I'm going to point it out. Zaborg isn't that great. Yeah, we'll set out Zaborg. I don't know, I guess Threatening Roar could be good. I mean, we did see Trunade. We saw Trunade and Snatch, which to me indicates he's playing some sort of deck that's trying to win by battle damage. It could just be like Goat Control, though. I mean, people have stream sniped me before. It's not like this has never happened. I've literally had my opponents DM me and say, hey, just so you know, people are messaging me your hand. Like, I've had chatters messaging my opponents my hand. And of course, now that I'm saying this, someone's probably going to go do it because they think it's funny. But again, I've caught, like, there have been several people who have stream sniped against me. It's not like, it's not exactly like a weird thing. Like, this happens in all kinds of gaming. Now, I don't know if the last guy was, because I just don't know. That's just a fact. But acting like, oh, you're being ridiculous for even thinking that's a possibility. Well, it's literally happened before. I've also had people that they get paired up against me and they go, hey, just so you know, I'm watching your stream, but I'm going to turn it off. Right? Which is, you know, the ethical thing to do, of course. But then if there's some people that get paired against me while they're watching my stream, some of them probably choose not to turn the stream off, right? I mean, that's not exactly a far-fetched theory. And if you think no one would ever cheat in online Yu-Gi-Oh, well, you know, I've got like, I don't know, 10 years of history to tell you about. People have cheated in online Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, a million times. Back in the days of YVD, people actually, you know, did used to hack, essentially. Yes, I know it's the... This is like the logic of, oh, you know, if a woman goes out at night in in skimpy clothing, well, she gets whatever's coming to her, right? That was her decision to... I mean, no, you're the one who's crying. I'm not crying. I've never said, oh, I know my opponent's doing blah, blah, blah. That's the only reason I'm losing, whatever. I said he might be sniping, he might not be sniping, and I listed the arguments for both sides. I'm giving a pretty balanced view of the situation. Acting like, oh, it's such... Well, again, your argument is basically, oh, if you're live streaming and someone... First you said no one would ever stream snipe you. Then you said, well, even if they do stream snipe you, that's your own fault because you're the one who chose to stream. I mean, it's people like you, you know, this is like why people say the GOAT community is toxic. I didn't call my opponent any names. I didn't say, well, I'm 100% sure he is. I just acknowledged it as a possibility. What I'm mad at is not my opponent doing whatever. It's that you're just being an idiot. Yeah, it's like, why are you watching? Again, it's happened before, and it's like, here's the thing. If I was to, I don't know, say, for example, you know, I was to do, like, a serious challenge where I tried to get top rank, what I would do is I would either play a deck that doesn't really mind if it gets stream sniped, which mostly would be a combo deck, or I would, like, hide my hand somehow. But the problem is every time I do something where, like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, put a black bar under my hand so the stream can't see my hand, then people immediately start complaining about that. Oh, why are you gonna stream if we can't even see your hand? So it's like, you just can't win with these people. With some people, at least. And what I would rather have, obviously, because I can do either one, right? There's kind of a spectrum here. We can take every single precaution to prevent people from stream sniping, or we can do the opposite, which is what I am doing, taking zero precautions. And the reason why I lean towards that side of the spectrum is because I would rather have a better experience for the viewer than maximize my win rate. Right? Pretty simple. That's the only reason why. So obviously, like, if I was in some online GOAT format tournament and I really wanted to win, well, then I wouldn't let people stream snipe, right? I'd put a black bar to cover my hand. Yeah, I mean, I like streaming. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. And I think we should want people to stream. I mean, yeah, I don't think... Oh, he's playing Dimension Fusion Turbo. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and I'll ring his guy, and then he can't defusion there. And yeah, you're right. I think I missed game because I was arguing with this guy. All right, if you don't want to watch, just leave, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna time this guy out. This is getting out of hand. Yeah, I mean people can watch after the stream, they can watch with the stream. I mean, a sup ghost of Spookwagon. Okay, so he's playing Dimension Fusion Turbo. We definitely want Threatening Roar. Also, Dust Shoot is actually good against this deck. Are you in Europe? Or are you in Asia? But yeah, what are the big differences between like the Dimension Fusion deck and the like Steingate deck? Is Dust Shoot is really bad against Steingate, but is actually pretty good against Defusion. I guess this is fine. We might not need like Mataza Azura though, because I don't think he's playing Scapegoat. Yeah, these decks usually don't play Scapegoat. So we don't particularly like these cards. And actually Zaborg is good. At first I thought he was playing like something else, which is why I took out a Zaborg. But yeah, it's like no matter how I do the stream, there's always, oh, you should do this differently. You know, if I get stream sniped, it's, well, you should have done something to stop them from stream sniping you. And then if I cover my hand, it's, well, you shouldn't cover your hands because then it's not a good experience for the viewer. And it's like, yeah, that's, I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too. It sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's, again, I don't know. Like, again, if I played enough matches, I would know. But yeah, with him, it's like, I just don't know. I think it's plausible that he was stream sniping. I think it's plausible that he wasn't. It's hard to say. Like, I wouldn't blame you for being on, like, either side of, you know, of the fence here. Ooh, Pot of Greed is a good card. Oh, I also forgot to Dust Shoot, which is kind of funny. I don't know, there might be some lag here. He seems to be taking a while. Oh, geez, he has Tribe, BLS Sork. I mean, I don't think we really care about the Tribe. I guess we'll just send back BLS. I mean, obviously you're sending back either Tribe or BLS. And, I think we're going to save our Dust Tornado for Snatch. Unfortunately, you can't really do a lot here. I tell you, I hate this Mataza Zapper. I hate it so much. We've just never been able to do anything with this card. Alright, well, I'm gonna discard Mataza the Zapper to your duo. Alright, great. Well, we can Rhoda for something, but the problem is if we Rhoda for a warrior, then he can just kill both our guys at tribe. Well, no, we can just go Zombira. Zombira attacks 5, warrior lady, banish. Yeah, I guess we'll try that. That loses to Mirror Force, so I should probably dust whatever he has set. Okay. Because we don't know what this card is. I mean, it could chain it. It could be like a ring. You know, ring would be unfortunate. Oh, is Regeki breaking? He's just not going to use it. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like we should just go aggro here. Yeah, there's some lag. I hope it's just DuelingBook and not me. We do still have Zombira in our deck, I hope. Did I side it out? Oh, did I side out Zombira? Or did I already? Yeah, I think I sided it out because... Ah, shit. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I thought I had Zombira. I guess it's fine. We can just get exiled and it's basically the same thing. Yeah, I mean, I try to give people credit. Like, this is the list that the other guy won with, so I'm kind of like, okay, if it was good enough for him, it should be good enough to me, you know, for me too. But yeah, I'm not. I haven't been liking the Mataza at all. I mean, in the right meta, it could definitely be okay, but... Oh, he also has Snatch. I guess we could just let him kill both our spies with Snatch. Oh, or he's just gonna do this. I don't even see how this play is that good for him. Because now if he plays like a tribe, he'll have to kill his own breaker. We could go Smash Kaiku. Attack for 3k and then brick his defusion. Ladder is not really that much different than tournament. Like, I hate to say it. People have all these theories on, oh, it's good for ladder but not whatever. Like, we've played against all meta decks. Like, it's not like any of these decks that we've really played against today were decks that, like, oh, no one in a tournament would play those. Like, when I say, like, Mataza isn't good, I'm not saying, well, it's not good against the decks that I'm playing. You know, I kind of feel like, if anything, it's the opposite. I actually feel like Mataza probably would be better against, like, some of these weird decks. And yeah, I'm just going to hit with Spy just to brick his defusion. Oh. Yeah, I hate it when people do that, when they just take the damage. Because I was doing that specifically to put him at 19. That's... Again, I don't know why people do that. Where they just, like, take the hit before I've attacked. Oh, that's a lucky top deck. He's not... I mean, he's not dead, but it's a lucky top deck. We play One Faith. Oh, and Tribe is gone, so now we don't really have to worry about this. So yeah, now we want to attack him with Spy, because it puts him out of defusion range. And I guess now there's no reason not to banish, right? Like, normally against a defusion deck, you don't banish. But he can't use defusion. I mean, he might be playing Return. But he could be playing, like, Pre and Call. The only way we really get punished for this play is if he plays Return and defusion. Alright. So yeah, that was kind of a fast match. Not a lot of stuff happened. I'm gonna take a break here. If you want me to, like, play a different deck, let me know. If you want me to, like, play Edison or something, let me know. What time is it? Yeah, I got time to play one, maybe two more matches. But what I would do, because some people was mentioning, like, I really don't like the Mataza. I don't necessarily know what warrior I would play instead. I mean, the obvious choice would be, like, Exiled. But I feel like these should be gone. I feel like this should come in. Even, like, probably Book. Like, maybe just put Book in the main. And then cut Mataza for... Even, I mean, I wouldn't hate Mystic level 2. I mean, maybe that's overkill. Or even Donzaluk, because maybe you want something that's like a dark. It is weird if, like, if we just basically said, hey, I'm going to play a hand control deck, but I'm not going to play Donzaluk. That would be kind of weird. Yeah, so it's either Mystic, Don, or Exiled. I mean, if we cut this for, like, a non-dark, that's probably fine. Cutting it for a light would also be okay. Like, we could just play the Ninja Grandmaster. Maybe that would just be the play. Make our BLS, like, a little more live. And then have more outs for Spies. Like, after playing with the deck, this is probably the build I would go with. And then it also frees up, like, 2 slots in the side. Which is kind of nice. Oh, I think, like, one Dust Shoot goes in the side. And and yeah, I mean, Mataza, it's like, if everyone was playing like kind of small flips, like things that weren't Gravekeeper Spy, like if there were a lot of people playing like Faith and Merchant, I mean, obviously people play Faith, but you know what I mean. If people are playing cards like that, then Mataza has some merit where it's like, oh, I can attack over a set Merchant and then hit directly for 13, which isn't terrible. I don't know. It just, to me, it seems a little too situational. Like, there are, like, Mataza can be a good card in GOAT format. I just don't think it's good in this particular deck. And who knows why he was playing it, right? Maybe there's something I'm missing. It also could be what happens, too, is, like, sometimes when people enter an IRL tournament, they'll kind of, like, look around the room and go, like, oh, I see Steve playing this, so I'm going to change one card in my deck. It might have just been that, like, he saw more Chaos Control in the room than he was expecting, and then said, oh, I'm going to play Mataza for, like, Chaos Control. Or he saw more GOAT Control than he was expecting. Because those are the two decks that it's good against. GOAT Control is the main one. It's good against GOAT Control, and then it's okay against Chaos Control. Sai T, I've heard of the player. I forget what deck he plays. Does he play Chaos Warrior? Or does he play some sort of warrior deck? Or does he play? I don't know. I'm going to try one more match with this. I've changed some cards. I think these choices are better, but I could be totally wrong. Yeah, if you're playing like Synergy, it works, you know, it works better. But like, we don't have any Synergy. We're just playing it because we think it's a good card. And I don't know if I can really get on board with that idea. Like, the only Synergy that we have is Mataza the Zapper plus Robin Goblin. And to me, that just seems like a scenario where it's like, oh, I just really have to hope my opponent has nothing, right? Like, oh, I'm going to hope they don't have, like, a monster. I'm going to hope they don't have, like, a back row. Like, hey, if my opponent's field is completely empty, I can go Mataza, Robin, Goblin. And, again, to me, like, that just seems... Don't get me wrong, sometimes you'll be able to do it, but I don't think it happens enough to make it worth playing that card. But yeah, you know, maybe sometime what I'll do is, I was thinking this already, but usually, by the way, if you're Reasoning Gate, you don't want a Graceful turn one. For two reasons. One, it lets your opponent know what you're playing. And then two, often you want to save Graceful for your combo turn to discard your dead cards. Here it's okay, though, because he has pre for the Crane. But anyways, what I was thinking about doing... I was thinking about, like, doing a challenge to get to top rated in GOAT format, but play Library FTK, because if I'm playing Library FTK and people stream snipe me, I don't really care. Like, you know. Alright. Oh, we might just lose here. Yeah, let's see. Not too excited about swords. Yeah, I'm just gonna set this. I'm setting this cross out just because I want to tell my opponent, hey, you can't just OTK me. I have a back row. In Go format, there are not really a lot of situations where you should do something like this, but I think this is one of those justifiable situations. I'm thinking if we should play like the Kaiku or set the Faith. I think Faith for heavy is better. Yeah. And then also we don't have to play into Mirror Torrential if we don't summon Kaiku. The other card in his hand, I bet, is something that he actually wants to discard. Like a Dark Magician of Chaos or a Jinzo. So I'm not going to discard this card unless like I have a really good reason to. All right, he's just going all out. He has no fear. He just does not think that Magician of Faith is a card. All right, he just conceded. It's really good to win game one because that should not be a good matchup for us. We have like a lot of dead cards. So the fact that we won game one is very, very good for us. I'll put it that way. So like, this is a matchup where Mataza can come in because it gets free damage. It can't be taken with Thousand Eyes Restrict. I mean, we don't know exactly what build he's on. And even here, it's like, Mataza is not going to be a star player, but it's better than Zaborg, right? Because, like, what the hell are we going to do with Zaborg? Zambira is also, like, a pretty bad card. Let's see. Xing Zhenhu could be okay. I think Xing Zhenhu is better when we're going first. Going second, I don't think we can side it in. But I think something like this looks good. Like, are there any dead cards? It's funny, against a normal Reasoning Gate deck, I would side out heavy, but there it actually, like, won us the game. Well, you think this is a good matchup for us? I mean, we do have triple Reaper. Reaper is kind of like the all-star of our deck for this particular matchup. I mean, it's kind of the all-star of our deck anyway, but in this matchup, it is extremely good. You are right. Because both of Reaper's effects are highly relevant. Being a wall to not get OTK'd, very, very strong. Discarding cards in our opponent's hand, also very strong. But I feel like against a really good Reasoning Gate player playing a really good build, I still feel like Reasoning Gate like should have a pretty decent chance of winning. Here I'm also not sure what to do. Like, should we just go Reaper, try to discard? Or should we just go set Spy for defense? I don't know. I think we're going to set Spy for defense. Only because, like, I think I want to see my opponent's hand with Dust Shoot and then decide if Reaper is, like, something that we want to be doing. And also because I thought that might happen, right? You know, I figure, okay, if we summon Reaper, it might just get blocked by goats. I'm actually surprised he went end phase. What? Okay, I think we're fine. I'm actually surprised he went end phase goats there because he doesn't have enough gas. The problem is just going goats into gate isn't like enough. Again, it's not like enough impact to really count. Like, again, what you want to do if you're a Reason Negate player is you pretty much do nothing for several turns in a row, and then you play all your cards in one turn. Like, if you're going play one card, play one card, play one card every turn, you can never win. So again, like, the problem here is... would he jar if he had it? Yeah, I guess we'll just hit whatever this is. Okay, he's gonna ring his goat, that's fine. The problem here is that unless this gate is extremely lucky, like unless he hits a DMOC off this gate, he just can't win now. Even Jinzo, it's like, yes, he kills one of our spies, but then it's like, okay, we just play smash kill the Jinzo and he's just left with nothing. He even said... I don't understand. He said GG's and conceded. Again, this is like... I don't know why. Maybe it's just because, like, I'm sort of a combo player at heart. But I swear, everyone in ladder who plays Reasoning Gate just plays it, like, super poorly. This is not... I'm not talking about my opponent here. It's everyone. It's not this guy. It's everyone. And then it's like people then think Reasoning Gate is bad because they see everyone losing with it and going, oh, okay, well, this is obviously not a good deck. Like, you know, it never wins. And it's like, yeah, it never wins when you do stuff like this. Like, he just threw away all of his cards to just get one Jinzo. Like, it's, you know, it's not exactly a sort of revolutionary idea that, like, spending, like, 3 cards to put a Jinzo in play isn't very good if you're not winning that turn. So, yeah, if he had just kind of held on to his cards... Right? Don't even end phase goats. Save the goats. Like, set the jar and just kind of just keep drawing cards with the jars. And then once you have, like, oh, I've got a reasoning and I've got a gate and I've got what... Yeah, I mean, I'll play one game. Knowing my luck, I'll lose with it now. But I think I have, like, a normal build, right? Yeah, this is kind of like a standard-ish build. I mean, I've talked about it in so many videos because I had a Reasoning Gate guide. There's a whole deck guide, and you can go watch that video. It's a great video. And I've had, like, games that other Reasoning Gate players have played where I've, like, talked about their plays. But yeah, I'll play one game just to show you how it goes. But yeah, like, if you're going first with Reasoning Gate, the best play you can do turn 1 is set Scapegoat Pass. And then if your opponent doesn't really do anything... No, I think Upstart's definitely better than Jar. Although, like, the 1,000 life can matter, don't get me wrong. And if your opponent doesn't really do much, like if you just kind of set your goats and they don't attack you at all, then you just sit there and do nothing. You go, okay, every turn that passes, I'm going to draw more cards... And as long as I'm not taking damage, I don't have to do anything. And then at some point, you just go, well, I have 1,000,000 cards now, and I play them all and kill you. It's fundamentally a combo deck, and that's how combo decks work. You do the combo. You don't play one card of your combo. There's a bit of lag here. So, like this, you know, this is, I mean, this one's kind of obvious, but here you just set MST and pass. This hand, though, is actually, like, quite good. We might win on our next battle phase. It depends what our opponent does and what we draw for our next turn. But this is a really good hand. Because what we're probably going to end up doing is we're going to go, you know, Reasoning, Monster Gate, Pre the Crane, draw a card, brain control your guy, attack you for game. Tribe and Econ. I mean, I guess this is like goat control. But even here, like a lot of people would go for game. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to summon Crane and attack. Why? Because I don't need to go for game. The more turns I wait, the more like my victory is ensured. So now, yeah, now we kind of have a decision. Do we want to end phase goats? Probably not, because then we'd be goat locked. But even here, it's like you could go for game or you could pass. But just to show like how the deck is supposed to be played, I'm just gonna pass. Why? Because we're at 6,400. Our opponent has no monster in play. We don't have to do anything. Actually, I misplayed here. I'll show you how I misplayed. What we should have done is activated goats before Breaker removed the counter, so that Breaker would keep the counter, and then we could brain Breaker and use Breaker's effect to kill his back row. So yeah, that was actually a misplay. And this is something that a lot of people would miss. Unfortunately, it was, once I realized my misplay, it was too late. Yeah, and it's like if we could get rid of the back row, we'd be in a good position to go for game. But now I don't like it quite as much. Yeah, I'll just go goats meta. If like we bait something here, like if our opponent uses a Raigeki break, then I think we probably would go for game. So yeah, this is going to be a long game because our opponent has goats. Yeah, we'll just say go. Hopefully we don't like get OTK'd somehow, like our opponent goes like pre-tribe, kill the whole board, attack you for game. Well, now we've got Reasoning, Gate. Yeah, now, okay, now I think we have enough resources where we can just pop off here. And we don't really care what level he calls because we have pre in our hand anyways. Yeah, he called 8, which to be fair is what he should be calling. Getting like an Air Knight would be nice here. I do play one Air Knight. Yeah, there we go. I don't know, I'm just making sure he doesn't have like Magic Jammer or something. You never know. Something like Blowback would be nice too, or Jinzo. I mean, at this point, anything would be a good card. Yeah, I kind of was hoping, like, we would get a demock at some point. Keep in mind we also have not normal summons. So yeah, we're not gonna win, but like you can see that we're gonna do a lot of damage and leave our opponent in a pretty bad position. Oh, he's playing Royal Decree. Well, we only play 3 traps. Yeah. What? The matches were kind of crazy, Java. But yeah, I also did a video on it, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. It was in, GOAT format, meta, whatever. Top GOAT format decks of summer, I guess, would be what it was called. Alright, we're probably not dead, right? We'll just say go. But yeah, the deck list was in that prior video if you want to check it out. I mean, I think it has potential. Okay, cool. Soul Exchange. He's playing like Decree Monarch. Been a while since I've seen Decree Monarch. It's been a minute. Yeah, it is really weird that so many people do just reasoning like turn 1. I don't know. To me, it's like one of those things where, like, if you understand fundamentally how combo decks work, then it's pretty self-explanatory. And, like, if you don't like playing combo decks, then, I don't know, play a different deck, I guess. That's kind of all I can say on that. All right, it is a good day for Blowback Dragon gamers. So the way that, like, Goat's Blowback works there is after I've already flipped the coins, you can't chain Goats, right? Because now the effect is resolving. And my opponent knew that, actually. I'll give him credit where credit's due. I've had plenty of arguments, people where they're like, oh, well, you flip 2 heads? Well, now I'll chain it. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. But yeah, you can kind of I mean, we didn't really OTK per se, but you kind of get a sense for how you're supposed to play the deck. We go play 0 monsters, play 0 monsters, play 0 monsters. Oh, now I play 4 monsters. You don't go play 1 monster, play 1 monster, play 1 monster. We don't really need to side anything, do we? I don't know. We probably should side 1 or 2 cards, but I'm too lazy to figure out what they are. Oh, that's cool that you liked the video so much. Yeah, I mean, I think it's legitimately a cool deck. It's probably not tier 1, let's be honest. But like I was talking about, I don't know, a couple hours earlier, like the gap between tier 1 and tier 2 in GOAT format is smaller than most people think it is. Like, you could definitely win tournaments. Yeah, he should have just chained the Goats. You're correct, Ben. He should have just chained the Goats. Oh, he's playing something spicy. He's doing like the old Soul Exchange Thunder Dragon combo. This hand is like really bad, by the way, because like we don't want these monsters in our hand. But it's hands like this. This is the reason I play card destruction. So some reasoning gate decks don't play card destruction, but I like card destruction for situations specifically like this, where you just want to get rid of this Jinzo and Air Knight. All right, our opponent seems to be off to a good start. Sacred Phoenix. Okay, this guy is kind of playing a pile. This is like the definition of a pile. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. You can play a pile if you want to. But yeah, it's like here I'm not going to reasoning. I mean, don't get me wrong, we could get very lucky off this reasoning and, you know, win somehow. Like maybe our opponent doesn't call 8 and like we flip a DMOC and then the DMOC gets back a Graceful and then we Graceful into the nuts. But, you know, gotta play the odds here. I mean, at some point we might want a reasoning just to like put lights and darks in our grave for Chaos Orc. That's a possibility. But this is fine. It's like, okay, our opponent's gonna gracefully in. You know, we don't really care. It's like, okay, our opponent has a bunch of card advantage, so what? I mean, this is kind of like, if I had to give my like elevator pitch for why you should play combo decks, it's, well, you don't care if your opponent plays a bunch of pots and Gracefuls. That's why you should play combo decks in GOAT format. Just so that you don't like immediately lose when your opponent does this. Now, don't get me wrong. Our hand is pretty bad. We're probably still going to lose, but not because our opponent played a bunch of Gracefuls. He also didn't discard Thunder Dragon. Oh, is he going to meta? Is he going to meta me? So mean. Alright, well... I mean, maybe you could argue that we should have played Reasoning last turn to play around the meta. So what do we need here? We need like a Snatch Steal. Alright, I mean this is probably the correct play. I was thinking that was a Sork, not a BLS. Now I really hope we draw the Snatch Steal. Yeah, unfortunately now there's pretty much nothing we can do. Yeah, I have seen Matt Uber's lists. I mean, they're fine. You can play like a Crane and a Stein deck if you want. And that might be one of those things where like it actually does depend on if it's ladder or tournament. In ladder, I wouldn't like that list because everyone just calls level 4 on Reasoning, and I want to exploit that. But like in a tournament, like I think having like Crane to sort of mix up your levels a bit more can be justified. Oh, he was also playing goats, right? Did we see? Yeah, we saw goat. We might want a token Thanksgiving. Just one. I don't know if we want two. I don't know. We'll try this, I guess. I don't really want the Speller Trap removal much because our opponents don't like Decree Goats. This is not a great hand, if I'm being honest. Here, I mean, I don't know if we should be setting Crane here. Our opponent probably sided out his crossouts. Maybe since he's playing Sol Exchange, we shouldn't set Crane. But the idea behind setting Crane is like, hey, we want the light in our grave for Chaos Sork, and then we can defusion it back. Oh, did he just search one Thunder Dragon? Oh, that sucks. He got unlucky. So do we gate first or graceful first? Yeah, probably gate first. We'll see what we get off the gate and then decide what we want to do. So do we target the back row or the monster? I don't even, like, the monster could be like Apprentice Magician. Okay, just chains ring right away. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I still get to flip 3 coins. And now he's just dead no matter what. I mean, Chaos Sork defusion is already enough damage. But just for fun, I'm just going to show you how ridiculous the boards can get. Yeah, we didn't draw anything that insane this time. But, yeah, this is going to be somewhere around, like, 10k damage. So yeah, we have a Jinzo, an Air Knight, and a Crane left in our deck. And theoretically here, you do want to go for maximum damage, just in case your opponent has Karibo. But yeah, so we won in our first battle phase. Which is pretty good. I mean, that does happen sometimes. Reasoning Gate definitely has a very good high roll. All right, I'll play one match Edison, and then we'll call it a day. Where is it? Oh, there we go. And I think, yeah. I don't know if I like Super Poly in the side, but I'm too lazy to figure out what to play instead. I don't know. You know what? Let's try this. There we go. I don't think Reasoning Gate should play 1 return. Realize that you play 3 Dimension Fusions, and you have, like, so many ways to get them. Like, you can get it back with DMOC. You can get it back with, like, Premature on DMOC. You could, like... I've never, like, had a situation where I'm like, oh, I wish my deck had a 4th Dimension Fusion in it. Like, if it was legal to play 4 Dimension Fusions, you would probably still only play 3. Nice thing here about Treacherous is that even if he drops cores, we just get to blow them both up. I'm not gonna lie, Treacherous is kind of one of my pet cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I've topped... Yeah, I've topped a YCS with Treacherous and won a large cash tournament with Treacherous. So it's kind of... Oh, no, I've topped 2 YCSs with Treacherous Trap Hole. Because one was with Monarchs and one was Chaos Dragons. I mean, normally your opponent getting back their monsters is not really an issue. I mean, don't get me wrong, it can come up sometimes. But it's like if you want to play a return deck, play a return deck. If you want to play a Dimension Fusion deck, play a Dimension Fusion deck. In general, it's like, I am not a fan of, like, kind of hedging your bets. Like, well, I think this card is better, but I'm going to play, like, this other card just in case. It's like, no, commit to your, you know, commit to your beliefs, right? Like, if you think Dimension Fusion is better, tell the world that Dimension Fusion is better by going all in on that. If you don't think it's better, then don't play a Dimension Fusion deck. So we take 21, right? Because it gains 300. Okay. I have not played any Genesis yet. Again, I think around Monday I'm going to make a video on my thoughts on Genesis, which is without playing any matches. But I still think I have thoughts that are worth talking about, I guess. So let's see. I think we just want to go Subloop into Avarice. Yeah, like just Subloop into Avarice seems good. That was kind of the idea. I mean, we could go like Debris, but like I don't really think that accomplishes anything. All right. Yeah, so what hand traps are people playing in Genesis? I heard that people play like Joel, Dimension Shifter, and like maybe some people play DD Crow because it doesn't cost any points. Yeah, I mean, basically, like, the TLDR of Genesis is that Genesis is not really a retro format. It is a slightly less powerful version of advanced format. And I know people will be, like, disappointed to kind of, like, hear me say that, but unfortunately, I think it's the truth. Yes, I know. I don't play the same deck for the entire stream. If you were here to see the Reaper deck and now you're disappointed, well, I'm sorry. I played, 4 matches or whatever. Oh, I guess what I could have done is I could have gone for game. I could have gone sub into swap, econ take the Jane and go hit. Problem is, if he has like Gores or Trag, or even, I don't know, Battle Fader if he plays that. Oh yeah, Flying Sea. I heard Flying Sea was popular too. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where I guess people mostly play the ones that don't cost points. I mean, I don't call myself Edison Duels for the same reason that Michael Jordan didn't call himself a baseball player. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that I will always be in favor of more ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh, even if I personally don't enjoy them. We could just econ something to defense to get back our Treeborn, but I don't really think that accomplishes anything. Sorry, let me think here. Is there a way I could get like game through Gores and let's see, we can go 1-for-1, special summon a monster. Econ. Take your, you know what? I might just do something weird. Debris, get back the guy. 1-for-1. Yeah, it is. It does seem like Konami is maybe, being more, I don't know, being better, I guess. But it's like, I mean, I've always kind of been a Konami skeptic and pessimist, and it's like, maybe Konami's changed. You know, maybe they've changed, but it seems like often when people are hopeful that, oh, maybe Konami's going to change, usually it seems like they don't, right? Like, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but... I don't think I missed lethal last turn. Not through Gores and Trag. Because I assume this deck, just based on the cards we've seen so far, I assume it's playing both Gores and Trag. I mean, I could attack with my token, but I don't want to lose too honest. Does Lone Fire do anything? No, I don't think so. At some point, we should just draw a Caius, right? We have 3 Caius in our deck. There's only 20 cards left. I mean, knowing my luck, he's going to attack into my Raikou. One for one, send loan. Yeah, I guess, or no, that wouldn't beat Trag. I mean, your play would be lethal through Gores, but not through Trag. Because he'd still have a... Oh, wait. Econ take the... Oh, no. Yeah, we attack for 24. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess it would have been exact game. Through Gores and Trag. How do you... God damn it. I'll just do this. Because I'm lazy as hell. Yeah, I'm still worried I'm just going to lose to an Honest. I know that sounds crazy. But it's like, I have 3 Caius in a 16-card deck. Oh, he just conceded. I guess maybe he didn't have the Honest and he assumed we would go for game. I was just trying to play around... Oh, did we have... Oh, you're right. We had an 8 in our hand. And JD's an 8. Okay. Bit of lag. Too late. Keep in mind, guys, I don't play a ton of Edison format, but I do try my best. I do try my best. So I like Battle Fader in this matchup. I mean, maybe we should even be citing multiple Battle Faders. Why do people say... It's so weird how I can play like 90% GOAT, 10% Edison, and people go, oh, you don't play GOAT anymore. I mean, I know most of you guys haven't been here for the whole stream, but I played 5 GOAT format matches. And then 1 Edison match. Yeah, I just haven't played GOAT in years. I must be in some weird, you know, hyperbolic time chamber or something. Speaking of GOATs, what do you think about Scapegoat in this matchup? Like, we can chain it to Lila, but the problem is it doesn't beat Judgment. It doesn't beat JD. Like, we probably just bring out, like, heavy MST. Oh, probably just bring out our own Lila. Bring out, like, Charge. I think we want another crow too. I think we want another crow. Yeah, I think this. I think I'm gonna go with this. This seems good. All right, we have the nuts. This is actually the nuts. The only way this hand could be better is if it had an Avarice. Maybe our opponent will also have the nuts, though. Maybe he's going to go like, you know, Destiny Draw, discard Malicious, teleport, etc., etc. Oh, Lone Fire's sick, too. But yeah, I think we go Cyber Valley. Hold on, where is it? Where's my Cyber Valley? There it is, there it is, there it is. Cyber Valley, get 2 things. We actually have a lot of options here, because we could go Lone Fire, or we could go Sub. I think Sub is better. But yeah, this deck has like a lot of nutty openings. I mean, sometimes you can just do fair stuff. And usually your fair stuff is pretty decent too. But when you have like the openings like this. Yeah, just gonna thin everything here. And like what makes this opening so good, because people see this and go like, oh, like, okay, you went like +1, who cares? It's like, yeah, I went +1, but my deck only has 23 cards in it. And that is, like, that's pretty significant. And we have Treeborn coming back. And like our deck at this point, it's like, you know, we have a 23 card deck and it's like 3 Caius, 3 Avarice. And yeah, I don't know why he's playing Diamond Dude in this deck. Because it's like, unless you just hit... I mean, I guess you got 3 D draws, 3 recharge. Both of those are okay. But yeah, I absolutely love this setup here, because we got a dupe block and a Titanial to prevent our guys from being targeted. So good. And then yeah, we'll just discard this, special summon quick draw, go into drill. And yeah, I don't mean to get cocky, but in this situation, we're like almost 100% to win, because we've basically got like a dupe block, anti-targeting, and drill warrior, and we only have 21 cards in our deck with all gas. Is D-Drill seriously at 1 in Edison? It's not even at 2? No wonder no one played D-Heroes. I thought D-Draw was like at 2 or something. But if you say it's at 1, I believe you. You probably have a better idea than I do. What about Allure? Is Allure at 1 or 2? I think Allure's also at 1, right? Yeah, I mean, he just conceded. And like I said, there's basically no way he can win this game. Which, again, people find, like, they find that hard to believe because it's like, well, look how many cards your opponent has. Look how many cards you have. And it's like, yeah, my opponent might have just as many cards as I do, but, like, I have better card quality. I have a Frog coming back for free every turn. I have a Drill Warrior coming back for free every turn. You can't attack. You can't target. And it's like, if you look at my deck, every single card in my deck almost is like a killer draw, right? Probably the worst card we could draw here is like Scapegoat, just because our field is already full. But like everything else is just pure gas. So that's why I like this deck. But anyways, I'm gonna call it a day. My wife got home like 5 minutes ago, and I think I streamed enough. So yeah, I still like Goat. I still like Edison. I will give my thoughts on Genesis. Yeah, I wonder what my win rate is in Edison. Let me look it up, because I feel like it's some ridiculous number. Oh, I guess I haven't played a lot of matches on this account. So far, I have 8 wins and 0 losses. But on my other account, I don't know. I have, like, some ridiculous number of wins. But yeah, see you guys.